I don't like clowns.
No need for that. We're on the same side, bro. No, we're not. Yes, we are, bro.
Become civilized to the point where you were so tolerant, you were so accepting, you welcomed people with open arms.
From our religion that we have to hate them for the sake of Allah. Al-adawa, enmity and hatred, meaning we're enemies. Let's not be around the bush, we don't love each other.
Because no matter what they did, they're still kuffar. They took her in. They took the Muslims in. They treated them with respect and protected them. They would have surrendered them. Yet she still referred to them as the people hated, meaning the people we hate. The deen in Tawheed remains a barrier no matter what good they do.
They've always wanted us dead.
Or as slaves.
Mr. President, I come to the floor today to talk about one of the greatest threats facing our country today, Islamic extremism. You know, 24 years ago, September 11, 2001, nearly 3,000 innocent Americans were murdered in a coordinated terrorist attack carried out by radical Islamic extremism. Those of us who lived through that day remember exactly where we were when those planes hit the buildings. That day changed this country forever. We were smacked in the face with the reality that there are people who are so hell-bent on destroying America that they will kill themselves just to try to harm us.
Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here.
That's reality. It sends shivers down your spine, but it's true, and it happened. In the aftermath of 9/11, we created the Department of Homeland Security. Basically, we went to war. We spent the following 2 decades unsuccessfully attempting to westernize the Middle Eastern countries most responsible for this attack. We strengthened surveillance and gave up personal freedoms in the hopes of preventing another large-scale attack. But 20 years later, we have to ask, have we made any progress at all in rooting the evil of radical Islam out of this country? Have we done it? Let's be honest. Radical Islamic terrorism didn't go away after 2001. In 2009, 13 people were killed in a mass shooting at Fort Hood by an Army psychiatrist who was radicalized by Islamic teachings. In 2013, 3 were killed and hundreds injured when 2 brothers detonated bombs at the finish line of the Boston Marathon. They were inspired by their radical Islamic beliefs. Then in 2015, an ISIS-inspired couple killed 14 people and injured 22 at a party in Southern California. In 2016, Omar Muteen killed 49 people and injured 53 more at a nightclub in Orlando, Florida. Muteen pledged allegiance to ISIS during this attack. It continued in 2019 when a Saudi military trainee opened fire at the Pensacola Naval Air Station, killing 3 Americans, including 1 young man from my home state of Alabama. Earlier this year in Louisiana, a deranged person drove a truck into a crowd on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, killing 14 people. To no one's surprise, he said he was inspired by the Islamic State. These attacks, they weren't just against people, they were an all-out assault on Western culture, freedom, and the values that we hold dear to our heart. But it doesn't stop there. Thanks to Joe Biden, thousands of people on the suspected terror watch list were allowed to enter this country over the past 4 years. Islamic extremism and Sharia law openly call for the destruction of America and Western culture. Let's be clear. Let's be clear about this. The thousands of terrorists we have allowed to enter our country have brought their anti-American rhetoric and ideology with them. We're seeing this in cities like Minneapolis, Dearborn, Portland, Chicago, and even New York City. You know, the leading candidate for mayor in New York City is a far-left socialist who sympathizes with extremist groups like Hamas. But this insanity, sadly, isn't limited to New York. We have elected members of Congress who openly support the radical Islamic terrorist organization Hamas. Just yesterday, we paused to remember the more than 1,200 innocent people, including 40 Americans who were slaughtered by Hamas terrorists in Israel on October the 7th, 2023. Hamas literally means Islamic Resistance Movement. It's been 2 years, and 2 U.S. Congresswomen, Omar and Tlaib, they still refuse to condemn these heinous crimes in Israel. These 2 members were elected to represent American citizens, and they are sympathizing with Islamic terrorists instead. It's almost hard to believe, but it's true, and they don't hide it. You know, we're allowing people with extremist ideologies, people who hate America values, to not only live here, but to hold positions of power and influence our government. It's un-American, and it's an insult to the millions of Americans who have sacrificed their lives for this country and its freedom.
Refugees are welcome here!
What? Bang. Stay.
Give me my money.
You got killed there. No running on the road. You come back when I tell you.
It is a messed up world.